But I think generally speaking, like when we're talking about Black love specifically, the beauty of Black love comes down to the cultural and historical understanding of being with somebody who's able to see you in a way that runs deeper than just surface level into like the whole understanding of the context of the experience of being Black.
Right.
I think through that, there's a lot of healing that happens within Black relationships because you're loving somebody who understands your experience. There's a higher levels of potential joy and celebration and connection because of that understanding. So I think
shared heritage,
shared heritage and everything in between. So I think the beauty of Black love to me is that you're able to be in a relationship with somebody who can fully see you. For me, to marry a Black woman is also marrying a part of myself because of that level of beauty.
Makes so much sense. I get that. Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's the beauty.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because I know that, Black women have always been a safe space for you. They've always been a safe space for you. So I wonder if that strongly informs why you feel this way, or if it's just something that's just completely different in itself.
I think it's a dual process. To be honest with you, like studying Black love is for sure like a byproduct of the Black women that are in my life. When I think about like the impact of Black women on my life, it's like, I can't even put it into numbers. You know what I mean? Like Black women have always supported, encouraged, held me accountable, called me out, taught me, nurtured me, showed me strength, showed me softness, showed me vulnerability in ways in which were very consistent across the board, where I think when it came to certain men, it wasn't always as consistent. So it's not to say I didn't have Black men who like showed up for me, like for sure. Like I could name a lot of great men in my life. It's just the amount of Black women who showed up was just like way more and way more consistent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the last part to answer that question too is when I recognized how much Black women showed up for me, and then I would also listen and hear about their experiences and how they felt like certain men or men generally have like let them down. And then I'm starting to navigate the world and I'm starting to see like, oh man, there's a lot of like interracial relationships. There's a lot of like bashing here and there, and this person doesn't do this and this person didn't do that. That's when for me it was like, oh, I'm just curious to like figure out like what is this thing that we call Black love? Like what is the understanding? How do people navigate it? How do we see it versus media stereotypes and our own identity? That's kind of where it all kind of came together for me.
Okay. Because I have probably one of my more interesting and possibly controversial questions for you, because you speak very highly of Black women, and there are some men out there, and of course there are some, unfortunately, Black men out there that may not feel the same. So I've wondered if you've ever really seen any pushback in any DMs, any comments, anything like that, and has like anyone ever said that you are a simp? Has anyone ever hit you with that and he said anything like that to you before?
I haven't personally gotten that.
Okay.
I've definitely gotten people reaching out to me saying like, hey, I hope you're prepared because like one day that side of the internet or that side of people are going to find you. And then I have one of my homeboys, me and him have a lot of these like conversations about Black women and Black men. And we always agree, but we agree for different reasons.
Yeah.
But he was one of the people who's like, sometimes it's hard for me to receive what you're saying because it seems like you're always uplifting Black women and you don't speak highly about Black men. And I think what's interesting about that, of what I communicated with him, is I, as a Black man, can only hold Black men accountable. I can't hold Black women accountable. But with an understanding of their experience and the things that they go through, and based on how I understand it as a man and what I can do as a man to help their experience and speak to Black men, that's typically the angle that I go when I'm speaking on Black women. So it's really from a more accountability standpoint, a one-to-one, a Black man to Black man. As a Black man, this is my experience with Black women. This is what we can do better. This is how we can work. I'm gonna relay it to you. I think a lot of times that form of communication, if you're not specifically saying Black men do this and Black men do that and Black men do this, it's easy for somebody to run away with the narrative of like, you only care about black women. I care about black men and black women. I care about the black community. I care about all of us. I want better for all of us. But I think it's easy for people who, again, you haven't heard someone uplift you, especially when you feel as if you haven't been uplifted lately, especially if you have negative experiences, especially if you have moments where you feel as if you weren't supported, to run with something and be like, yeah, he's simping, or he doing that, or he feeling that way.
Because when I'm hearing that, like, I feel like when someone says that, it's trauma speaking. That's a lot of the time what I think it is.
1,000%. Where's my camera? 1,000%. 1,000%.
I think that is trauma speaking, and also I don't want to say insecure.
It's an insecure.
I don't want to like I don't want to say that, but it's almost like if
I'll say it.
Like if it doesn't apply, how am I trying to say it? It seems like if someone is talking highly about this person, then they are talking down about you. In a way, it's like that's
it's a trauma response. It's insecurity. It shows a very, very low level of like self-esteem. It's something that it's a pain point for you, right? And I think that's what I really want to focus on.
Yes.
Right? For people who, if you feel as if I'm uplifting this group, and by uplifting them, that hurts you, it's probably because there's something in which I've said that you either not doing or that you've never experienced, right? But it's hard for me. But it's hard for me to sit back and be like, you've never experienced it, because I've seen how black women show up for the ones who they know and the ones that they don't know. And even in the ways in which black women show up for black men in the ways that we don't even recognize, but they do. So think about all the times they're in the front lines advocating for us, especially when we're getting killed by police officers, right? There's ways in which black women show up for black men that we don't even recognize because we don't take the time to pay attention. So for a lot of times for me, it's probably because you had one bad experience, or maybe here and there, and somebody like really said something about you. You internalized it, and now you feel as if, oh no, they're all like that. Or you had a very overbearing mother, or you had somebody who a relationship within your life where you're trying to run away from, or it really comes down to like that pain point. You feel the type of way and you feel insecure. So in order to feel better about yourself, you're performing masculinity. You're coming off stronger. You're coming off, more, they don't do this. And man, these girls ain't that. Or like, he talking like that, bro. He a simp. Like he just trying to get, what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? What do you mean?
It's, because I won't act like I've never experienced a pain point either from hearing you speak, because like maybe it's something that I did experience or something that I'm not doing, or just hearing from anyone else speak, because I know that like I'm not here to really call people a simp or nothing like that, but sometimes when people speak how do I put it? Sometimes when people speak, I'm like, how genuine is that? And that's what I'm thinking. Sometimes people might think if they hear you speak. And that's why I was wondering if you've heard any pushback on that.
I think what's so interesting about that point is the grander conversation that comes from that is, and it goes to show again to me why we as men have to do better.
Yeah.
Because so much of that question is about reflecting on how men use information and weaponize it against women. So if you have to sit back and question if somebody is saying something just to get women, goes to show the behavior of men generally, which is already problematic, because that means there's not opportunities where men speak truth to power without wanting something from it that's conducive of a woman's experience. And that's a problem.
That PhD speaking, boy. Like, golly. I mean, I feel like when there are times that I cannot find the words to say certain things, I feel like you are saying those words.
I appreciate it.
And I'm, because sometimes I might stumble upon my words and whatnot, but I'm like, as I let you speak, I'm like, if I could have said it, that's how I would have said it. So yeah, it's just that's been something that's very interesting to me.
Treating a woman right doesn't make you a simp.
Oh no, I don't know.
That's what makes you being a man. And I think that's the problem. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of ways in which we think it means to be a man is not how to be a man. Because what do you mean you don't show up for women? How do you say you love black community and blackness and black people, but you don't love black women?
Yeah. And it's so from hearing you speak like this, it always makes me wonder, because your parents are married. Mm-hmm.